Erica Mena definitely deserved to be fired on Love and Hip Hop, and I'm not understanding why that's so hard for y'all to understand.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on, y'all? I want to respond and discuss some of the conversations after Erica Mena has been fired on Love and Hip Hop. You all know that Erica Mena on Love and Hip Hop have referred to Spice as a blue monkey during, what was that, last week's episode of Love and Hip Hop. And you know, VH1, they cut her real quick. They said she would not be on the new season, the next season. Mona Scott posted a kind of cryptic message on Instagram, but not cryptic, saying handle. Mona Scott, girl, let me tell you something. Sister, if this was like, girl, girl, it's the way worse has happened on this show and you have let it go. Like, you ain't, you trying to take brownie points for firing her and doing all of this. Like, girl, you ain't did nothing. All this anti-blackness and colorism has been existing on this show, like on shows that you've been a part of. Like, Mona Scott Young, please save us. Please, all the language and stuff that's been, girl, you have got to, you ain't did us no favor. If anything, you are just responding to what the criticism has been online, because people were calling for her to be fired. People were calling, this is not Erica Mena's first time saying anything like that. This is not Erica Mena's first time referring to a black woman as something like this. Like, Erica Mena is definitely a colorist. She, like, this was colorism, featureism, all of the things. I don't know why folks, like, yes, there is like, oh, anti-blackness, racism, all that, but this was colorism. Spice was called a blue monkey because she is dark skinned. Point blank, period. Erica Mena responding to that in that moment, like using that power, she knew exactly what she was doing. She played it like there was no way that she didn't know the power that she had in saying that. And that's why she used it. That's why she had no problem, you know, saying those things, because she wanted it to hurt Spice. She wanted Spice to feel some type of way. And her holding on to, like, you're not telling me that Erica Mena was that pissed off. Yes, Spice did bring up her child. Yes, she brought up her child. That could have been any other thing that Erica Mena could have said. But to respond to that, and y'all say, oh, when you talk about somebody's kids, it's off limits. Yes, children should be off limits. But let's be honest, y'all ain't been doing it. Like, it's just the way y'all be bringing up kids in other type of ways. Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, please keep me with this mess. Please move away from me, Apollo, with this. Her calling Spice a blue monkey told us everything we need to know about how Erica Mena looks at black folks, how she has co-opted black culture, how she has been on this whole show that's watched by millions of black folks, and has, girl, you are a part of black culture. Black culture has given you a career, and for you to respond and calling this black, dark-skinned dance hall legend a blue monkey, you deserve to be gone. You deserve, and that's your fault. That's your fault. Now, you got people like, you know, these wannabe celebrities like Scrappy and Cherry the Boom, who are online and saying that, oh, she didn't deserve that. She talked about the folks' kids. That's why she, both of y'all, neither one of y'all, and the others who've been defending Erica Mena, none of y'all have the range to talk about it. Scrappy, you don't have the range. You don't even have a decent range on this show to get paid enough to not be able to do any other fraudulent stuff to make a living. Like, please go sit down. Cherry the Boom, as hilarious as you are, girl, you are another colorist clown, to be honest. The stuff that you say on Bigo is probably the reason why you have not made it and why you're not successful outside of this app. Like, you need this toxic app to be able to feed yourself. You need to participate in colorism, fat phobia, and all this other stuff to make a living. That is your claim to fame. That is your claim to fame. A lot of y'all don't have the range. Y'all don't know how to have a conversation or to, like, clown somebody without, like, responding with these type of things. Y'all are not that funny. Y'all not that entertaining, to be quite honest. Y'all low-hanging fruit. Calling a black person a monkey. Like, yes, y'all need to be fired. If you calling a dark-skinned black person on a show like this, you need to be fired. And honestly, the folks who allowed this to be aired for us to see need to be fired too. Because why did this make it to our TV? Why is it now a clip playing millions of times online? Like, why is that? Why is it okay to call a black dark-skinned woman a monkey? Why is that? A blue monkey? Come on now. Come on now. Erica Mena could have said, girl, you in them ugly wigs and all the other stuff. She could even, you went low and said anything else, but just call this black dark-skinned woman a monkey. Girl, come on now. Seeing people get online and defend Erica Mena, you have got to be kidding me. Seeing folks get online and say Erica Mena was not wrong. When you talk about somebody's kids, you open yourself up. You got, what's that girl name? Just Hilarious. You would think that Just Hilarious would have learned something by now. But you know what? Just Hilarious is making a small amount of profit. Her career is built off of ignorance like this. This is the same black woman who made a joke about a person with a turban on their head being a bomber or something because she was on a plane with them. Like, Just Hilarious can't even say amid. Like, girl, like, you want to be a journalist so bad that you can't even read basic words. Basic words like amid.
All right, now Young Blue's wife explodes. I don't like this word. Amid. Is it amid or amid?
Amid.
I gotta hear
Don't put it no more.
It's amid. Amid charges. That's
amid
charges.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like the amid. All right,
Young Blue baby mama is a.
Like, the jokes write themselves. And then Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton. Oh, God. I've been told y'all about how fake and fraudulent Tamar Braxton is. I had a little bit of hope for her after she won Big Brother, and I was starting to like her, but she reminded me again and again that she is a flaming homophobe. A flaming homophobe. And she also is dumb. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, she's just not smart. Like, sitting next to these folks on this couch, Jessie Woo and all the other folks, like, you have this dark-skinned black woman, because Jessie Woo is dark-skinned, discussing this conversation and saying that it was wrong and all the other stuff, and Tamar, who probably bleaches every 3 months, saying, oh no, you talking about somebody's kids. Tamar, you are the same person who have no problem laughing at homophobic jokes on Instagram. You're the same, like, you're not a journalist, babe. You're not a journalist, and you're not smart. Like, you are a flopping R&B artist with a beautiful voice, but has yet to be able to use it in the way that it pays and takes care of your bills. You are hopping on reality show after reality show after reality show to make a living. You are as talented as you are sitting on the couch talking about viral clips online. Girl, you're no better than us. And you want to call yourself a journalist to make yourself feel better? No, girl, you're nobody's journalist. And you're not even somebody who could pretend to be a journalist. Because if you were a journalist, you wouldn't even be offering a commentary on this. You would just say, hey, Love and Hip Hop did what they had to do to reprimand her. Hopefully next time she'll know not to say anything like that. Some journalists, majority of journalists, do not give their opinions on subjects. They talk about it in a way that is not coming from their direct thoughts on the subject. That's journalism, to be able to offer commentary on something without showing what they really, really think. But you're not a journalist, babes, and you're not smart at all. And this is the basics of things. And Tamar, if you were smart, you would have responded and defended Spice in this situation. You would have said that this is wrong. Like, she shouldn't have done that. Yeah, Spice shouldn't have said anything about her child. But y'all don't. Like, y'all are not smart. And I hate that y'all are in the same lanes as legitimate culture critics. I hate that we are in the same almost lane, because people now compare us who have a legitimate critique on things like this to y'all who are just, you know, oh girl, you know, it was this. You don't have anything to support why. You just, girl, these just my thoughts. Tamar, you know what? And you were married to a whole dark-skinned person. That's what gets me. Like, folks say, oh, you be in a relationship. Like, y'all be so connected, but so disconnected. You were married to a dark-skinned fat man, and now you are agreeing with this light-skinned, non-black woman, calling this black woman, this black dark-skinned woman, a blue monkey. Come on now. You say, oh no, it's like, the fact that y'all cannot see past, oh, it's your kids, everything is off limits. Everything is off limits when it comes to the kids. Why is anti-blackness, colorism even considered a limit? Let's discuss. Why is that even considered a limit? Why is that even in your reads? It's in your reads because you know that it is power and you know what it means. You know the power it is to call someone ugly. You know what it is to call somebody who's dark skinned, who looks like Spice, a blue monkey. You know the power. That's your limit. Hello? That's the same thing when people, you know, say things about me. It's just, they can't critique the things I'm saying. They have, oh, you're fat, miserable, you out here HIV positive, you're not telling folks you positive. It's just like, okay, sister, you got it. You got it, girl, you got it. Speaking of another colorist, you got it. You got it. Like, yes, girl, all of the things, whatever if that's how you feel, then that's it. Because y'all can't really focus on the real subject, the real conversation. And that shows us the range that you have. I'm not thinking of calling a dark-skinned black person, even when fucking Aniva was saying disgusting, disparaging things as he has throughout his career. Never once did I, in that last video, bring up Daniva's like skin tone and all this other stuff in a way that is calling him ugly. That read is not in my mind. I'm not even interested in calling him ashy, to be honest. I am interested in the things that he was saying because I do not have to grab low-hanging fruit and miss what the original conversation should be, is the misogyny. That's what we should be talking about. And this is the colorism of Erica Mena. Erica Mena responding to and calling this dark-skinned black woman a blue monkey. That is colorism. Anti-blackness, all of that, like that is that. And y'all can't even get into some real stuff and talk about why this light-skinned, non-black Latina feels the need to call a dark-skinned woman a blue monkey. What is that about? We can't talk about it because that's not on y'all radar. I just want y'all to skip over and be like, hey girl, you know what? This ain't giving for me. But out of all the people that I have named who have been supportive of Erica Mena, none of them have the range to have any conversations about any of these things. That's why y'all were not the ones contacted for any type of conversations about 50 years of hip hop. This is like, honestly, Love and Hip Hop itself can go. Love and Hip Hop ain't even about hip hop no more. A lot of these folks on these shows ain't even doing music anymore. Like, none of them are doing music. When has Scrappy talked about a new single or a song he's working on? We're not even in love, let alone hip hop on this show. None of these folks on this show, on this current season, have been asked to do any type of discussions about 50 years of hip hop celebrate. They haven't performed, they haven't done anything. The only person I can name off the top of my head has been Remy Ma. And she's not even on the show no more. Like, like girl. But watching these black folks defend Erica Mena, wow. It's bad for y'all. Y'all just look stupid as hell. And Erica Mena, I'm glad they fired you. I'm glad you are gone, Buki. You could have offered some type of anything, and they probably wouldn't have done it as bad. Like, they probably wouldn't have fired you, but you didn't say anything because you stood 10 toes down. Not only are you about to be 10 toes down, you're about to be 10 fingers down, shifting through applications of trying to figure out how you're going to take care of these bills without this income coming in. You don't have the income coming in anymore. Your bills have been affected.